Oh my god, I had to go clear out some space on the computer. Between Aegis Rim and now the incredibly long episodes of Metro, I'm starting to like, run out of stuff. Ugh. Anyway, hey, it's me. We're doing Dead Cells. We're doing a run that I wanted to do for, well, I guess only a couple days now. It hasn't been that long. I gotta keep remembering to not spend 10 days not streaming every time I do a stream. But, you know, John Clarun. Yes, this is Dead Cells 2. I am also playing Dead Cells. Here, do I want to go with just the regular outfits, I suppose? Why not? I could also just go with the purely... Time for an NAS full of 12 terabyte drive. I mean, I got a 4 terabyte drive a long time ago, but I still have every episode of Persona on there, so it takes up quite a bit of space. You know how that goes. My heroic mortal run. All heroic mortal run of what? Delete it? No, I can't because I gotta keep. Look, I want to go create like a big thing of. Oh yeah, we got the flawless outfit right here. Nice. Oh, Death's Game. You did that all. You did that all mortal. Wow. I mean, look, I think a lot of them you can get done like with relative ease on mortal, but you know, I couldn't even imagine doing stuff like Endless, the Eldritch Council, and well, I don't know if you went for the I don't know if it's like A or B ending because I've only done one so far. Also, the DLC is already coming out. Wait, I thought that was like the end of the month. I didn't know that was tomorrow. Huh. I mean, on 5-cell mode. So yeah, Chancla. Well, once again, I'm not planning to really put up the entire stream. Hopefully that won't happen like that, like I did with the Maw of the Void. We'll see how that works. But I do have my reasons why we're going to be using the Chancla today. Not that. Anyone check out ending A all heroic? Okay, yeah, Thalamus is hard, though. Thalamus is a hard fight. Jeez. Not as bad as Endless. Endless was the nightmare, the super nightmare fight. Then again, one of the things that I'll end up doing for the DLC might take a little bit to get to that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that day one unless there's a lot of interest in it, to be honest. Yeah, okay, that actually worked. Is that I never tried out using apparently Ione's Spear, which is pretty good for a dexterity build, which I'm clearly kind of gunning for right now. Okay, enough of that already. Also, the Rusty Charm. Wait, the Rusty Charm trivializes Thalamus even in heroic? Oh. Bruh. I didn't even, I didn't even consider that. Yeah, it works in the gimmicky boss fight. Why wouldn't it work in the heroic boss fight? Well, it's more of a fight. OG Thalamus is that's a story thing. It's not like a real fight. I didn't realize that. Oh man. Well, it's all that more impressive that I did it without it, right? That's the way I see it. It took what, 74 tries, was it? Ah, well then, and then well then. I still had like all the tiers and everything. Thalamus hits in a really, really huge area is the thing, and does quite a bit of damage. And on top of all the other gimmicky stuff that you got there then too. Oh, how goes the job hunt? I'm still hunting, you know. You know how that is. It is, I don't know if you've ever tried to find a job before. It's not easy. Hate it. It's the worst. It is like the worst thing. Worse than getting like an actual job, considering how easy that every single job I've ever had is. Just perfect block him. You know I don't do blocking. I only do dodging. No parries. No blocks. Only dodging. Well, actually, I didn't mean to do that. Kind of a mistake right there. What discipline domain? One that pays me money. And hopefully, like, not just, barely above minimum wage. I'm hoping to get something a little bit more than that. I don't want to go, like, be like, okay, well, time to go work at McDonald's. And there we are. We'll kind of see how that goes. No. I mean, the thing is, finding a job is hard. It's just hard, period. You know how that is. All right. I'm also ready for a Path of Pain tomorrow in Death's Gambit. Really, they're going to be doing that. I mean, they already did something like that at in the Spooky's Yarlahatep section, but I suppose if they're doing something else. What do I want here? Corrupted Power could be okay. Grappling Hook could be okay as well. For a little bit of extra stuff. I don't know. I feel like I could probably more easily find a job if I just kind of like... I mean, that's the thing. Every single job I've ever had in my life has either been through a like temp service or has been a type of job that they just give you instantly the second you apply for it because nobody else wants it. As I was talking about my my experience doing overnight stocking at department store, that it's like that one, you know, I basically applied for it and they're like, okay, you're hired because we can't keep anybody on this job. As it turns out, nobody wants to work from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I'm like, all right. And I mean, it was a fine job and everything, but needless to say, it paid like nothing. Paid like nothing at all, especially for having to work overnight. No, it did not pay decent. Something night shifts are easy. No, that was the sort of night shift where I had to unload trucks. So, I don't know, maybe you can consider that. It wasn't hard. It's never hard. None of the jobs aren't hard to do. You know, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to say it right now. No, I've never had a job that was hard to do. The hard part is sitting there for 8 hours, you know, trying to focus on doing it. Nobody, I've never had a job where I'm just like, oh man, it's another day, oh man, this one's gonna be real rough, right? Even during times when I was doing Black Friday and everything, that was never really tough. It was just okay. All I gotta do is, it's just extra long. They're just tiring, yeah. You know, I've not found a new job. Yeah. I have not found a new job. We're just chatting about jobs. Actually, I should have gone to. You know, I forgot that I have an entire strategy going on here. Okay. Easy work. The only easy work there could possibly be is if it's not an 8-hour shift. What to take? I'm still planning to go brutality, but I don't know. Disengagement, as always, is pretty good. Recovery, I don't know how that's going to work, considering most of the damage I'm getting is by kicking things into things. Combo's always a good start, if nothing else. This casual run, I mean, the plan here is to do the Chankla against the Queen specifically, because there is an achievement for kicking her off the edge as a kill, and also some of the stuff I've seen it seems to indicate that the Chankla can actually be quite powerful. Like, bosses that are not... Like, bosses that do not react very well to the stunning that you can put out with this. You remember, like, in the Maw of the Void run? Really? You remember in the Maw of the Void run where I completely cheesed out the concierge? He did not even attack during the one time I fought him. I saw that happen with a run against the Mama Tick, and I want to try that out. I mean, it wasn't quite the exact same thing, but it was still more effective than I thought it would be. All right, take you out. I mean, it's not really planned to be, you know, a real showcase type of run or anything, but it's something that I wanted to give. I wanted to give the old college try with. Well then, that was a good combo. I didn't throw down the flamethrower turret like I did. Spartan kill, right? I mean, it's like it could be anything really. There's more stuff than just the Spartan sandals that will be able to do that, but Spartan sandals, of course, are going to be the easiest way to kick off the edge. But yeah, that's the plan for today. before I go back and have to re-render the entirety of the latest Metro episode. Oh my god, doing those things are like 2 hours. 2-hour intervals do mean that there's a pretty high chance that Da Vinci's just going to die, as it often does, every single time. I tell ya. I do not know why Da Vinci is so insistent on never wanting to not crash, but it is. That's a good way to put that. It is 11:30 right now, and I just woke up. Yes, you heard that right. Ah. Okay. Sandals, of course, have been improved quite a bit since back in the day, so it should be... I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. Certainly the fact that I died in the last run is a bad omen, but it should be fine. What do you use Da Vinci for? I mean, it's free. It is free, and it does basic video editing. What more can you ask for? Don't have to pay for it. You understand? That's the real thing. It is not pay. By the way, I'll take this as we'll see. Okay, anyway. Continuing on from here. Good morning. Yes. Yeah, you know how it works. I mean, that's the old unemployed grind, they call it. They don't call it that. Nobody calls it that. However, I'm calling it that. You know, for for reasons. Are you okay? No, I'm unemployed. Don't you understand? I think it's the most obvious sort of thing. Like what? Do you guys not like sleep at wildly bizarre times when you're unemployed? That's like the classic unemployed MO. Really now? Cannot believe anything else. Okay. Stats. Got that. And unfortunately nothing to kick around things here. I don't really want to kick him into the door either. That feels like a bad idea. Okay. Well, look, the fire's going to take him out eventually, regardless. There we go. And also, you also have something. What do you have here? The amount of fire coming into play right now is kind of wacky. Got a legendary bow and endless quiver. I am definitely going to be taking that. Okay, well, at least I have some range now. The plan here is to end up using the Chancla, but here's the thing. This is not supposed to be a Chancla run. You know how it is. Finally decided to become a full-time streamer. I mean, I might as well, right? The only thing is that I'm very bad at streaming full-time. It's been like 5 hours. 5 hours? 5 days. 5 days since the last stream because I've been working on other stuff. By the way, I hope y'all are enjoying the big schedule of a lot of... Sure. Of a lot of the series that I've been meaning to do for a while. I'm actually getting to the end. 2 more left. King's Quest and Ovivo. And then I am 100% for a few moths. Yes, that's right. I've just been sitting around here, and moths have been trying to make me get dream essence for them, and I appreciate it because they do give me a lot of pale ore. But it is kind of annoying being near all these moths all this time. Your streaming schedule is really hard to follow. I mean, I don't know. It's, you know, I am not popular enough to actually. There we go. I am not popular enough to actually do like full-time stuff, even with KVJR here coming in with the subs. Thank you, by the way. I love you. Nice. But you know how that is. Thought he liked his job, at least for the money it provided. I mean, it was fine. It was not like an amazing... I wouldn't really say that it's like, oh yeah, you know, I was really champing at the bit to go in every single morning. But, you know how that is. Yeah, no, it was look, we'll go through the boring adult thing again. My job, I was employed through a company working for the job that I was doing. They switched over to a different employer, and they got rid of a lot of people, including myself. That was the entire thing. No kisses for gifted subs. There you go. Only the one, though. Give me that combo. Also, thank you, Gaby JR, for the one. The one extra sub. You have gifted 287 to the channel. Jesus. Wow. Hey, Yulia. Just in time for, I don't know, some kind of run. We're doing a run today. The plan, we'll see kind of how it goes eventually. Until I die embarrassingly again. As one does in Dead Cells, and also every game that I play. Oh my god. Once again, it's just like, if you're not watching Metro, boy, I don't know how to use resources in that game. I also don't know how to play first-person shooters, so it's been a lot of fun. It actually has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed that game a lot. It is a pretty good one. Even though I do think that I would probably enjoy the... Wow, look at this. Even though I do believe I would probably enjoy the Metro sequel a little bit better, because adhering to the book really closely, I feel like kind of hurts it a bit, because it's hard to do a shooter and also, you know, build characters at the same time. You know how that goes. Go to 287 gifted subs, yeah. Let's say no question, KBJR is one of the heavy hitters on the channel. No, like absolutely, bar none. Kick him off the edge. There we go. And being immortal, a lot of things become wacky in Death's Gambit. I mean, it's weird because I don't even know how that works, like story-wise, given how the entire thing, the story. At some point in time, I would like to try it out. I mean, after all, you do get the there's the one perk that gives you the ability to get a lot of extra essence, which probably makes that a lot easier in some ways. I don't want to. I'm like trying to figure out. Do I just want to like leave? I think I want to just leave. Take that. Okay. For example, right after the Eureka fight, you go to the gate, and for some reason, Ione and Vrail just died, and their corpse lies in front of the gate. So you just totally skip that one part, the Yelnoth part. That makes sense, but yeah, it makes probably a lot more sense in the original version of the game where they didn't die there. Hey, thank you, Yulia, by the way, for the one in the sub. I love you, as always. Okay, there's 30 kills. Oh, man, oh, man. One gifted sub. Okay. Still got an awful lot of games ultimately on that list, by the way, to be doing. The only thing is that a lot of them I can't play right now. Wait until I get a proper job and can go afford a console purely to play one singular game. You know how that goes. And look, as interesting as it might be to play Folklore, I'm not gonna go when I'm not employed. I'm not gonna go buy a PS3 just purely to play that game. What's on the list? Currently, we got the episodic remake of the King's Quest games, which I guess I'm only gonna do the first episode of, unless I'm really into it. I don't know, maybe. I don't hate those kind of games, as evidenced by Sexy Brutale as of recent. And then there is also what's the other one? Ovivo. Ovivo's only like 2 hours long, though. That might just be a single episode sort of fare. We'll see. I have no idea what that game is, though. Oh, and then there's also Akane, but that one's going to be a stream game. So, you know, look forward to it. Probably in between this and, like, the next... Yeah? Okay. Probably inside, like, this and the next in the next Dead Cells stream. Sort of like how I was doing Ruiner and Pyre. But I don't know how long the King's Quest one is going to go. That one is, I mean, episodic says probably not too long, but we'll see. And then, hey, everybody, it's open back up again. You get to force me to play video games. I'm actually going to open that up proper, and we can start getting some new ones. I still want to keep doing that because, one, people seem to really be into it, and two, it's like I do like a lot of the games that I've been given, JRPGs aside, but you know. Well, okay, I did like some of the JRPGs. If you want to make me play more of them, I mean, one of the things I'm going to have, the plan, okay, if you don't know how that whole thing works, the basics of how I have people force me to play games is that it's not going to be something I've already played, as you would expect, but, you know, I still need to say that because people will continuously try to make me play games that I've already played before. Seriously, people, you got to stop doing that. Two, no multiplayer games, so no, you can't say, hey, go and play Path of Exile with me. That's not gonna fly. So at least have some sort of single player component. I will do more content if I missed some content the first way through. So if you want to have me do DLC, you want to have me do DLC, you want to have me do, say, like the extra stories in Octopath Traveler, you want to have me do more episodes of King's Quest when I end up doing that. That'll be on the table. No JRPGs for 3 months. Come back in March 31st. You know how that is. Got normal body temperature, don't have a headache, throat still aches, hard to swallow. Well, it's good to hear that you're at least recovering from the COVID. It is still, needless to say, quite a harsh disease. But yeah, happy to hear that. You have been in my thoughts, as anybody that is a common commenter around here is, because, you know, I, of course, I guess parasocial relationships are a two-way street. Should probably stop doing that. Okay. There we go. Mostly just a bow and infinite arrows run at this point in time. Oh, okay. Was Octopath unpopular? I mean, the first episode was decently popular, but everything else was kind of. Here, let me. I can actually go like tell you the analytics on it. Love you, Doc. Love you too, Yulia. Stop making me play JRPGs. Anyway, unfortunately, a lot of stuff I do is pretty unpopular. Like, you know, I gotta find, like, a series that... I gotta find, like, another series that isn't just Dead Cells to kind of get into, I think. Because as good as Dead Cells is, everything else is, like, struggling... Like, straight up struggling to even hit 1,000 views at this point in time. Octopath did fine, I suppose. It was like, actually, Death's Gambit did okay. That at least hit 1,000 on each one of the episodes. And maybe I should end up doing that. But, like, yeah, first Octopath is about 2,200. Not bad, not bad. But then, like, by the time I got to the second one, it's already down to 600 views. So, you know, the drop-off is pretty big, is the problem. People were interested at the start, not so much interested after that point, unfortunately. Which I did very much enjoy Octopath. I enjoyed the gameplay. The gameplay actually is quite good for Octopath, but you know, it is also like the story I wasn't as into. I like the wackiness of it, of course. Finding a book I think was very fun for Cyrus, but you know. Just unnoticeable thumbnails and titles. I mean, I've always said that maybe what I should do is I should just straight up brag. Give me at least 1 second to fire that thing off. You know what I should do is I should just go, like, create People were saying that they want to have more of those, like, stupid cursed thumbnails like I did for the Maw of the Deep. But I don't know. What I should do is I gotta go try and do, like, more games that people would actually be interested in, whether it's flavor of the month stuff. Which, hey, there's still stuff out there that I'm interested in. I don't know about Vampire Survivors, but sure I can find some more stuff. Well, you know, that's just like games that came out 10 years ago. That, as much as I might be enjoying, I don't really think has too much of an audience. Would kind of like to do some, you know, channel growth. It's hardly the biggest concern of mine when it comes to creating content. But if I want to, like, actually, you know, if I don't want to have to go work at McDonald's, it might be a good idea. I'm just saying. You know how that is. More Skull, Vampire Survivors, Super Auto Pets. I don't know about Super Auto. Isn't that a multiplayer game? I don't know about multiplayer games. Sultan Sanctuary or Sundered. Clickbait that. I don't know how to do clickbait. And I feel bad for doing clickbait. That's the thing. It's like, I don't wanna, you know, put like a gigantic image of me screaming on the thumbnail. If I do that, I think that more people would probably be scared away than be interested in watching the video, regardless. Be like, ah, what is this horrible ghoul? Is this like a jump scare in the game? But you know about that. Maybe you should find an editor. There's no way I can afford an editor. My next suggestion ain't helping with that. Oh, well, maybe it'll at least be fun. Who knows? Might as well be facing AI. That's not good enough. I'm telling you. Knowing that there is another person on the other side of this is too disturbing for me. I refuse. Got that. Got that. I mean, clearly, I think that one of the things I should learn is to not put my channel's future in your guys' hands. Just in general. Maybe you should stop streaming at 11 at night. Well, what's the good time to stream? Because if I just stream when everybody else is, that's not going to do any good, right? I don't actually know. Maybe. Talking about Sultan Sanctuary. I've never been particularly interested in Sultan Sanctuary, to be honest. Should really be doing work right. Speaking of working, I should really be doing that right now, even while sick. Yeah. The curse of working at home. Also the blessing of working at home, but, you know. Not all great. Used to stream at 4 a.m. I did that like 3 times in total. Okay. Almost got the 60 kills a second time here at this rate. There's other people streaming at the time for a reason? True. I suppose. It's a game nobody cares about. We'll see, I suppose. In the meantime, if I don't have a gigantic list of stuff to do, I suppose I can start doing more games that I'm interested in as well. You're finally going to get a full playthrough of Yogurt Commercial 3, let me tell you. No, I have been, well, actually, I might do that. But also, I have been considering... Nice. Maybe getting into Golden Light. I've had people tell me to play that before, and that might be something people would be interested in. I can imagine that there's definitely an audience for that. Quite a few, definitely, you know, roguelite style. It has had a lot of content since I last looked. I think that'd be fun. But, once again, I don't know if there's that much audience for it. Given how that whole games thing is. Let's get up here already. Keep on going. You know, the other thing is just like, you should just be streaming more. Always just be streaming more. Putting out more content is probably the most important thing, but I don't do that nearly as much as I should. Clickbait thumbnails seem to be popular with Slay the Spire YouTubers for some reason. I mean, I think that's just everything. I think everything and everybody it's pretty popular with, right? But can't imagine that it's any different for Slay the Spire, really. All right. As some European fans, occasionally people from Europe show up. You never know when. Oh, really? I mean, I guess it's... Of course, you know, legendary items probably have more potential to scale better, but at the same time, too, I don't know if I'm going to end up using this for the entire run. I might die sooner than later, after all. With how this is going right now. Just a feeling. Good. Okay, that works. That works. Shockingly enough, I don't even know what happened myself. But I did not die. Okay, lucky. Yeah, I don't know. The hitboxes are pretty generous in this game sometimes, as we found out during the Maw of the Void run as well, and also, you know, through my thousands of hours of playing this game. I feel like it's a common theme. It's not an uncommon sort of thing that happens around here. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Rigged. Oh, whatever. I die so many times curses that I feel like I should get at least a couple here and there that work out in my favor, right? Actually, just to go throw everything down right now. Can't believe I haven't gotten another upgraded form of the sandals just yet. Sort of relying on that for a big part of the run, you know. Yeah, let's see how it happens. Hacking. What about Hades? It's popular? I mean, I've done a lot of Hades before. Well, I wouldn't really say it was that popular, ultimately. Then again, I suppose I really got to go stick with it a little bit more now, don't I? I mean, that's the thing. I always do small series. I got to stop doing small series. I got to go just, like, take time to really get deep into something, too. Because Hades was, like, what, 5 episodes long? People looking for, especially in the roguelite style of stuff, looking for some consistent series, right? Okay. There we go. That'll work. Have you played Rogue Legacy? Yes, I have. It's a fun game. It's not like a super good game. Like, mechanically, it's sort of, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the grind, and the gradually getting better and better is pretty good in it, but you know, your hitbox is, like, huge in that game, and it's sort of hard to do a lot of stuff. Mostly based on the grind, I would say. Although there are, like, skill-based things in the game, you know, the special bosses and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if those work as well as I would want them to. When you open up game suggestions, probably starting out with 200,000. And like I said, if I don't get anything, it will go down from there until I do get something. And then it goes right back up to 1 million. Would highly recommend not having me play a 1 million-hour game. As that means that suggestions are going to, well, suggestions, force me to plays are going to be closed for quite a while then. Or do, whatever. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do. I'll tell you that there are some games that I'm definitely going to like more than others, and I think really long ones. Probably not going to be that. Well, there's 60. Not quite what I want to see, but it's enough. I mean, as always, it's just like very, very big story-focused games. Probably not going to enjoy all that much. Oh, come on now. Okay. Big story-focused games, probably not going to enjoy all that much. Big games entirely, probably not going to enjoy all that much. When I say story-focused, I suppose I just mean a lot of cutscenes. It's not like I'm allergic to story in video games. I just don't really like games that are largely cutscenes, you know? Any sort of game that can be described as like an ersatz version of a more popular game. Not that I don't get into some of those, but gotta say that it's sort of an uphill battle from that point. I'm looking at you, the messenger. It's like pretty much anything else I'd be open for. And it's not like I'm going to stop you. It's just like, suggest whatever you want. But know that it will come under extra scrutiny if you give me a game that's 90% cutscenes. Swear to God. Yeah, that should be good. I think I'm doing it well. How's it been? About the same as usual. Gotta find a job. That's basically been the theme of the entire thing. The entire stream thus far. I mean, it's also going to be opening up Game forced me to play yet again pretty soon, so there was that whole thing as well. Just give me Vengeance. Vengeance is always a pretty safe take for just about anything. All right, story games require too much context to jump in. I mean, hey, it's on YouTube. You can always go back and watch the full thing if you're looking for that. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of the story games that I played, I've just kind of been like, Some of them are good, like Pyre, recently. I also like some games like, what was the other one that I really liked recently? I guess Metro, you could even say. Sort of a story one. Crosscode has huge cutscenes and a lot of dialogue and everything, but I thought that was pretty enjoyable. I mean, even if I like some of the Final Fantasies, it's like I feel like I've had a good time with them. Even if they might be a little bit uneven story-wise, like Final Fantasy 15. Which, it's like I like more thematically than I like the story. The story was almost nothing in Final Fantasy 15, you know? Oh, man. Where's disengagement going? Can't really say that, yeah, I felt like too attached to Luna Freya's plight or anything like that. As much as I enjoyed a lot of the other stuff that happened in the game. Okay. There. Yeah. Okay. Try not to get hit by a rampager a million times again, if I possibly can. Okay. You just said no cutscenes. Do I want this? Well, maybe I'll take it. Maybe it'll be useful at some point in time. Got it, Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk's gonna have the problem of DMCA, of course, because that game is eminently DMCA-able. What with the music, you know how that goes. Well, I'm very worried about the. Yep. Drag him down. Very worried about the blowgunners, but everything else I think I can feel okay about right now. We'll see. Take that. Try not to die. I mean, Crosscode, it was pretty, you know, it's pretty much what I wanted out of Persona for the most part. Strong characters like that you know, have their own lives even as much as they are a part of the story as well. You know how that goes. Whereas, like, you know, the characters in Persona, for example, were basically attached to you for the entire duration of the thing. They can't do anything without the main character, you know? Well, but it's like, of course, I can just complain about Persona forever. And I will. But I should probably curtail it a little bit for right now. You know how that is. How'd the Isaac series do? I don't know. That was like, I have like 40 episodes on the, the YouTube side of things over quite a long time. But at the same time, I always feel like Isaac is a game that is very oversaturated in some ways. You know how that goes. Where, how much do I really want to do considering the amount of other people that are already playing that game? Having something of a niche is never a bad thing, really. Yeah, there's 60 kills. Well, that's good from me. Yeah, there we go. That'll help. For right now. That is the second off stat that I've gotten in the entirety of this playthrough so far. Stacking them, baby. You get. I mean, the plan here is that I might be able to stun Mama Tick for a while. But I'm not going to be able to stun her forever. So, trying to throw that in there, I suppose. So trying to go for as high stats as possible, I think is going to be kind of important for the strategy here. Just a feeling. Shots pierce through all enemies, never appears these days. I mean, it definitely does, but I also haven't really been taking a whole lot of tactics items that would actually work with that. Okay, well, I already had the 60 kills. It's fine. Yeah, I'll take it. I really just want the health right now. I'm a little bit worried about that, considering that I haven't gotten, and I'm probably not going to get any good items for, like, heal on hit to the vampirism affix. So, got to be at least a little bit more cautious. It's going okay, though. Blowgunners, though, are kind of frightening. Okay. Okay. Looking all right. In fact, you know, see, this is the sort of thing that's going to happen with Mama Tick, basically. That's what we're looking at. That's the strategy that I want to employ. And then from there, it should be pretty saucy, I'm hoping. Yeah, YOLO all you want. Uptime, 43 minutes right now. Though, to be honest, this is not... I would not really say you're missing too much of anything. It's been a lot of, like, hey, talking shop about the channel, for God's sake. I knew I was going to get hit there. But, hey, at least I got rallied. Mostly. That's what I was talking about, though. I was a little bit worried about, the issues that would come up with, the stuff that I was doing. That said, I can very much just afford another potion charge, and I'll probably end up doing that. Just to make sure that I'm at full health and everything past this point. It's not a bad plan. Better than you? Yeah, probably. Although maybe even switching out the bomb would have been useful. But that's good for clearing out enemies, which is why I like having it. Ooh, take that. All right. It's kind of my thing when I do the stream. Well, I'm never going to unless I suddenly start getting a lot more viewership around here. I have no plans to start adding bots. Look, I'm your bot. I'll do all of your bot-related things. What do you need me to do? I'll get it done. Just keep going. Just keep clear-cutting my way through everything. Didn't quite work out in the way that I was looking for. All right, that's better. There, that at least that means that I haven't really lost any stats since the last one, and gotten a lot of extra health from it. Good. Okay, dance. I'm doing it. Oh, look at he go. Whoop! Now I'm dabbing. Oh, getting real low. Oh man, that is some twerking. Well, you wouldn't even believe the sort of dancing that's currently going on right now. Wow, never really knew that I could move my butt like that, eh? Well, trust me. Oh, there's the breakdancing. Hell yeah. Oh, there it goes. Spinning around while still holding the controller. Considering this is attached by a cord, it's kind of amazing. Oh, now I brought out a basketball from somewhere. Don't even know how that happened. And I'm dribbling it. Now I'm doing like a little bit of Harlem Globetrotter type of deal. It's pretty impressive. Now I'm spinning around on my finger. And now I'm peeling it like an orange. And I'm eating it? Huh. I guess it was made of chocolate. Okay, well, how that huh. All right then. Oh, and it's back to twerking. Okay, well. I mean, I think we all knew that it was going to be twerking from the very start to the end, right? What the hell have I stumbled into? We're doing a chocolate run. You know, anyway, hey. Just, you know, we're twerking on stream. It's fine. Look, it's fine. Should probably just keep what I got right now. Yeah, and I'll see if I can re-roll into something maybe better on the fans. Fans are good. Well, could be good. Could be pretty all right. Yeah, I'll take that. In the meantime, everything else, yeah, this is pretty much what I'm going to be looking for. All right. What run is this? I mean, it's not really a plan to be a very specific type of run. The idea here is that I'm just going to try and get the kick the queen off the edge achievement for this run right now. I don't even know how this works here. Yep. It's not bad for health dealt, though. Certainly. Still, though, I might want to go for a little bit more distance. Keep it simple. Keep it safe. Lou. Although, once again, the chancla is the idea here, where I can do this, basically. Mostly. Okay, come on. Nope, still got hit anyway. I almost got the sidestepping down perfectly, but not quite. And there we go, there we go. Yep, this was the plan, by the way. Basically something like this. And this I'm hoping to... Okay. Gaining resistance. Not perfect. Safe. I mean, mostly safe, you know. See? As far as strategies go, that is a pretty good one. It is something that I could probably end up getting a flawless if I just kind of get the shtick down a little bit. Not too bad. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but that is definitely a very good weapon to take into this, and I think that's going to be true for maybe a few of the later game bosses. Hard to say. If I can just kind of get him stun locked like that. Have you flawless? Yes, I have. Actually got that when I was doing some of the training runs that I was doing earlier. I like the Pink Queen outfit. Yeah, it's very it is very Princess Peach. Of course, needless to say, cherry blossoms, sort of a channel color, pink and white, you know, in the style of Frank Ocean. All right. Let's see how this goes then. Should probably stand here. Let's say after I get, keep this safe right now. After I get the the curse taken care of, or I die to the curse, whichever one. Probably, okay, no, actually probably not dying to the curse. But after I get the curse taken care of, let's actually start up the proper YouTube episode side of things. Because I feel like this might be a decent run. It's going to be still hard to get the queen in. Running into the wall trick for Mama Tix's invulnerability stages are a trap. I mean, like the good strategy seems to be just walk back and forth. If you can get that one down, you'll be totally safe. However, for right now... Okay, fine. I can take a hit there. That's okay. I should have plenty of money by the end of this. That's kind of the plan at the moment. Okay, should probably deal with the elite guy here. As much as I want to try and keep more enemies around to, you know, deal with the curse. Not dying to an elite would also be good right now. Please put the twerking section. No. I refuse. Ah, come on, Ice Crossbow's not going to do me any good right now. I do have, of course, provided that I'm not going to be dying here. As always, we'll see. No, hit him, hit him. Just keep... Oh, well, there we go. I don't know, I was just like, I didn't want to jump down the entire way, but... that's how that goes, though. I was sort of planning to jump. I mean, the plan was to walk by that guy and continue going, but then I realized that there weren't any other areas to jump to. So I'm like, circle back around, but he was already shooting me. So that is how that ends up going. You hesitated, second guess yourself. Hesitation leads to death. You know how that is. He's a spicy queen outfit, by the way. That was the one I unlocked last time along with the flawless one. It's a good one. I mean, given that the normal queen outfit is already kind of a black color, I guess they decide to go with a sort of a demon outfit style for this. Still, though, should be pretty easy to go through the Mama Tick fight again. Continue to get all of the benefits that I was having last time. The only problem, though, is that I do need to have... usually I would have a lifesteal affix on here, which I do not currently have, and that is somewhat frightening for healing in the future. It's like this weapon, of course, entirely. Oh, that's good, though. You know what? I'll take this for the time being, just because, hey, let's have a nice, easy beginning. Chancla is not going to be coming up too much until the end, after all. 2 times damage Kakuman? I know, right? What an amazing sort of get right off the bat here. Okay. No, right, you're not going to teleport over to me. What was I even thinking? Oh, these things are just not worth fighting. Especially not right now. Here, I might want to just take out Chancla again at this rate. Ugh. Hey, you know how that goes, though. Dead Cells is a game where curses kill you in one hit. And it's just like, that's an important part of the difficulty, so I've been told. Yeah, I'm going to need a few more stats to really make that thing start popping off. Still, though, a good beginning, if nothing else. Happy to see that, even though I did get hit quite a bit there trying to go for that one elite. That happens like that. I don't think anything... Oh, boy. Okay. Anybody else want to hit me a few more times while I'm trying to just like, get my bearings right now? Good, good, good. Yeah, go get like another colorless version of the bow and infinite arrows. I would be appreciative of that, I suppose. See kind of how that happens, though. Oh, man. Well, aside from... It was going fairly well right up until I died to a curse. But that's usually how it goes in 5-cell modes if I don't just outright die in the first couple areas. Okay, okay, okay. At least I got the good outfit, if nothing else. There. There we go. Perfect. Not really perfect, but good enough. Look, shield bearers are annoying enough that I'm not really even going to fret trying to kill them with side areas right now. Ah. Okay. Back to the old grind. Which, I don't really know exactly what I'm going to end up using right now. Maybe I should. No. Acceptance is not going to be worthwhile. It's like, as much as I want to get rid of curses ASAP, that's just going to be more trouble than it's worth by the end of the game. Always tends to be how that goes. But that's okay. Ugh. For the time being, though, it's just going to be getting right back up to the start. To the start of where I want the episode to be. Maybe I'll just start at the Mama Tick. Because, hey, I think that's a good sort of showcase for this weapon against that fight. In other words, I think it's worth showing in a video. The hope is that, of course, I just actually am able to beat the cursed chest in the next area. Going to be harder than the actual bosses. At this point in time, I would almost consider a cursed chest to be more powerful than the actual bosses of the game. Say that right now. No hesitation. Unlike what killed me last time. Dying to an Inquisitor especially is still incredibly embarrassing just by itself. Nope. Yes. Yes. Good. Yes. Pro gamer opinion. I mean, bosses don't kill you in one hit, at least. You can use your health potions. Unless I guess you're cursed during that, but still. Cursed chests have the highest kill count in the game. I mean, the thing is, they have, they don't count the kill count, I believe, for cursed chests. I think. Like, that doesn't count in your stats for the amount of times you died or anything. At least never used to. So it's kind of hard to say exactly what is or isn't. Good, good, good. I see more cocoon up there, which I don't know if that's all that useful, but hey, something to think about. Not really something to think about. I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to just sell it for money. That's the real thing. Curses have their own kill count and stats. Yeah, but it should also be added to the overall count. So it makes it hard to tell exactly how many times I've died. And that's important to me. Oh. As I continue to be in my God Gamer story arc on the channel. Okay, fine then. I need to know how many times I'm dying so I can create excuses for it. It's an important thing. You know, speaking of that, speaking of God Gamer, no, that's not. This is not a good follow into the next thing that I was gonna say. I played through Dead Space recently. I bought that game much like Subnautica. I bought that game for the channel during the Halloween thing that I was doing a couple years ago, and then just decided to play through it because, you know, I just want to get through every game that I bought on Steam. It's an important thing for me to actually fill out the backlog. Status of enjoyment? I liked it. That was a good game. Boy, that incredibly close FOV was so frustrating. I know the game is built around it. That's like a very much intended part of the experience. But Jesus Christ, Isaac Clarke takes up 90% of the screen at any point in time, doesn't he? It is... Oh, didn't mean to throw that down on the ground. I meant to sell this. It is definitely, I gotta say, not as much of a horror experience as I was expecting. I mean, people have been talking that one up as like a sort of classic horror game for a really long time. It is really just a shooter. Like, there was not hardly, I mean, aside from, you know, the usual horror elements of, hey, monsters. But this game also has monsters, for example. It is, it's, I feel like that is not an unusual sort of thing to be appearing in a game. Flesh monsters and all that sort of stuff. I guess the thing is that every single time I think of horror games, I just think of 100% jump scares these days, and I don't think there were any jump scares except for literally the last scene of the game before credits in the entirety of Dead Space. Literally the last scene. And my reaction to that, of course, was, hey, get out of here. Hey, come on, cut that out. Yo, I just went through a lot of stuff. I don't need this right now. Also, boy, what a non-twist in that game, by the way. Well, it sure is wacky how everything seems to go all weird, and, you know, whenever my wife's around, including you know, alien runes appearing on every one of the television screens, and the way that, yeah. And the way that she seems to continuously say very bizarre alien sort of phrases all the time. How about that? How about that? I feel like there might be something going on there. And the way that everybody else has been telling me that they've been seeing dead relatives, I mean, there might be something interesting happening here. Anyway. I mean, I guess spoilers for Dead Space, but really it is... I don't think I spoiled anything. It's also like 12 years old. Come on. 2009, I want to say. That was when that game came out. It was not too much of a shooter, so at least I was able to get through it with relatively little difficulty, but you know. Dead Space 2 on stream, probably the best of the trilogy. It might be worth playing at some point in time. I would definitely be down with playing some more shooters, even though that's, yeah, of course, again, with the well, not enormous, but a super tiny FOV and everything. I would say that I don't even know if I would necessarily consider that to be a shooter. It's certainly, like, yeah, and the whole thing where they try and get away from the shoot enemies in the head. So you're telling me there's a pretender, a charlatan even, in space. That's right, I'm telling you that there might be some sort of... can't think of something, I'm trying not to die right now. Can't come up, can't open mental thesaurus. Whatever, you get the bit. I mean, I don't even know if I would necessarily consider them a pretender, it was so obvious. It's like, you know... They got that in there with like Death's Gambit for the most non-twist that I've seen in a video game. There's got to be a lot of non-twists in video games that I've seen. That's hard. That can't even be the worst one. Everybody loves a good twist. Look, everybody loves a good twist. Regardless of how bad it might be in the story, it does make you rethink about everything that's happened up until that point in a new way. But I do think that there is that sort of, you know, people got to get away from the Silent Hill 2 thing. It's been like 15 years. We can't keep doing Silent Hill 2. Look, we all enjoyed Silent Hill 2 when we first played it, but you can't all be Silent Hill 2. I gotta say, even Silent Hill has to stop trying to be Silent Hill 2. That was something that I think, you know, after they broke up Team Silent, probably wouldn't have been a bad idea for them. The chapters in Dead Space spell out spoiler is dead when lined up. We've kind of already spoiled it at this point. Huh, I didn't even notice that. I think I learned that at some point in time, but it's not like it... Like, once again, I gotta say that you guys... It wasn't a big thing. It wasn't a big thing. Like, you're gonna have to... And I also learned a lot about unitology, space, Scientology, which was a lot of fun, too. I remember that being an element in the series, but I didn't realize that it was such a big thing even in Dead Space 1. I thought that was something they introduced in Dead Space 2 to kind of, you know, excuse how there's going to be a sequel. Because, you know, otherwise, why would you continue messing around with the marker? It's sort of a bad idea in general. You know what, with the way that it kills everybody that gets near it all the time. I guess not that it stopped anybody in Resident Evil, but still. Okay. I played Dead Space 2 before Dead Space 1, so nothing was a surprise. I mean, yeah, I've heard a lot of great stuff about Dead Space 2. And then Dead Space 3, of course, was the one where it takes like even a half hour for you to fight a single non-human enemy, and the obsession with trying to make it what is this, by the way? I can get down, sure. The obsession with like not multiplayer, co-op gameplay, which is I don't know. That was of course like a big thing. I want to say like Resident Evil up until 7 was like real big into co-op gameplay. I don't know necessarily if that was a good thing for them. I don't know why they decided that. Like after you know, Resident Evil 4 was such... I would almost call it like an instant classic. Everybody loved that game the second that it came out. It was like a contender for Game of the Year despite coming out in January of 2004, I believe. And then for the later series, they're just like, co-op? Now we're doing this co-op thing. I mean, hey, I do like a good co-op game and everything, but... I don't know, I feel like it's something of a betrayal of the rest of the franchise, you know? Grab that. Should have the money after all. Sort of a thing. Enjoyed Dead Space 3, but it's lesser. Co-op was fun. Yeah. They did also did the same thing with Fear, right? Of course, Fear is a lot more of a shooter. I mean, that's even less of a horror game than Dead Space, really. It is very much a sort of. There we are. It's very much a sort of horror adjacent. You know, a lot of games. It's like you might call them horror games. I would call them horror themed games. A prime example is always Castlevania. Castlevania is a game that, yeah, it takes a lot of inspiration from Gothic horror, and especially like Universal Horror Monsters, Universal Horror movies. Your classic like Dracula's, Frankenstein's, Wolfman's, and all that sort of stuff. But I would never say that any one of the Castlevania games has ever been horror. That's just that's never been a thing. And even though, yeah, certainly with like tiny FOV going down hallways and having a lot of necromorphs kind of come out and stab you in the back, I don't know if I ever really felt like it was particularly scary. A lot of it was just kind of going around the ship doing a lot of tasks. You know, hey, get this working. Hey, get credentials for this. Hey, you got to go set up the distress beacon. Almost all of the story in Dead Space happened in the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes. I've seen people associate Bloodborne with horror, so I guess that's horror themed. I would absolutely say that Bloodborne is horror themed. No question there. Is it necessarily a horror game? I guess, you know, hey, story-wise, it's that. What do you find scary? Nothing. I guess that's really what it comes down to, isn't it? I'm sitting out here posturing, trying to be like, I don't find anything scary. The middle of Dead Space doing chores with the space zombies attacking you. You got to mix up those chemicals. That's again a very like a very Resident Evil type of thing to do. I'm gonna go over and get rid of Plant 42. Now, hopefully, I cannot die here. Hopefully, I cannot die here. That's right. Well, this is very frightening. Yeah. I don't know if it was working out for a second, but having the corrupted worker show up there is meh. Corrupted workers show up there at like the last second when I don't really have a huge amount of melee weaponry to take out. Cursed Chest wins again. You know it. You can't get away from it. You literally cannot get away from the Cursed Chest. Just constantly schooling you in the most embarrassing ways possible. It's kind of frustrating. I'm sort of frustrated at how much I'm dying to Cursed Chests. Still kind of frustrated, and you know, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the anger well up in my body that they still have not changed Cursed Chest to not be instant kills of everything else they've changed in the game, including like the entirety of melees and everything like that. We still have one-hit kill Cursed Chests. Start to end, they're never going away. Okay. There we go. Speaking of which, hey, this is a good start. It is a good start. Oh boy, let's see how this one goes. Yeah, I mean, what else am I going to be taking right now? Do I really want to go with tactics? And that's a bad idea. Okay. Keep going on like that, I suppose. I'm pretty new to playing horror, but I feel like horror doesn't really work if the player can fight back, at least for me. The moment I can kill or at least deter the enemy, it becomes a normal game with a darker theme. It depends. I feel like a lot of horror games, I want to say are usually like the first thing I always think of is jump scares, which I know is always a pretty cheap horror and everything like that, but Usually, if you have that in the game, you're probably going for a very specific type of game in that way. But at the same time, you know, a lot more story-focused games, I feel like, tend to be... If your horror game is story-focused, more about atmosphere than actual gameplay, I feel like you're closer to being like a true horror game in that way, rather than being like, hey, monsters. You know, for example, like Dead Space, we were saying that a lot of it is kind of doing chores around the ship. Is that necessarily like a horror theme? When you think about like a horror movie or something like that, do you think about characters trying to wow, a lot of stats. You think about like characters trying to get a jerry can full of gas so that they can drive away from the haunted mansion. You know, stuff like that. That's immediately what I think when I think of like a true horror game. Trying to really tie it in rather than being more about providing sort of an action gameplay experience. Focusing more on that. But of course, you know, a lot of it's just like, jump scares. Hey, they're startling. They're effective for a horror thing, even if they are very, very much. I was at 29 when I came in here. Why did I do that? Even if they're very much, you know, that sort of thing. Alien Isolation. I've not seen anything on Alien Isolation. I don't really know too much about that game. Heard good stuff, but yeah. Think about like, yeah, there was like the Alien Colonial Marines, which I remember that one being compared to a lot. And that is like a military shooter, 90%. Not even horror. There's like one big horror section in that entire game where you go after the super alien. Aside from that, it's mostly just like a pretty bog standard shooter, right? Watch a playthrough of that game though, because these are my priorities in life. And it was very much yeah, that whole thing. Playing Amnesia, that one is a great example of effective horror. Got me so hard with the early experience on Monster that I didn't expect it to appear. Yeah, I played a little bit of Amnesia. That's actually one of the games that I bought for the Halloween wacky shenanigans that I ended up doing. That was, yeah, I feel like that one was pretty horror-y. That one did a good job at creating a horror atmosphere rather than just being, you know, a game with horror elements. Stuff like that. I don't know, there's a lot of games that... Horror is a genre that I guess in a lot of ways, due to the less focus on gameplay, that I haven't gotten into a whole ton, but I do like watching people play. It's a good one for that. Is that not jump scare? It's hard to say. I mean, you know how it is. Don't know. I don't remember if, at least what I played of Amnesia didn't really have any big jump scares or anything like that. Besides, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have jump scares. I'm just saying that, yeah, it's cheap, it's simple, it's overused, and I feel like we really shouldn't be associating that 100% with what's supposed to be scary. Every single time you see like an old movie or something that is like a classic of the horror genre, people being like, not enough jump scares. I feel like that's kind of a stupid way to look at any sort of media. I like Darkwood, no jump scares. I got Darkwood. That was actually another game that I bought for that Halloween thing that I was planning to play through probably sooner than later. Probably not on stream, but some point in time. I think it would be. That's definitely one that I would have a fun time with. You know how that is. You ever get to see you play the famous... Yeah, you can go and look at me play Five Nights at Freddy's actually already on the channel. It's currently on the channel. Just go search for Five Nights at Freddy's. You'll find it. It was a one-off because, again, that was also during the Halloween month thing. But, you know, hey, it's there. And I got startled. I had a mighty frighten at one. I did not have a mighty frighten. I had a moderate frighten at one of the jump scares. And then I immediately went back to talking about the impact of Five Nights at Freddy's on the video game and especially indie scene, as you do. Five Nights at Freddy's is really good for its. It has really good sound design more than anything else. even more than the individual jump scares. I think that the sheer tension created from the way that the sound works in that game. I'm also kind of frustrated with that. I never really like sound being a big part of gameplay, especially because I tend to play games silently for the most part. Ugh. Losing that health, baby. Ain't looking hot. I'll be able to make this work. There we are. Well, send me all the way back to the beginning. I enjoyed that Halloween episode. Yeah, that was the one that I did not as a stream. I don't remember why. I guess because I didn't want to do it as a stream. I don't know. Why did I not want to do that one as a stream? Well, whatever. Look, the problem was that by the end of that, I completely ran out of horror games to play, so kind of had to end it with Subnautica, which is not even a horror game. It's like not even close to... I played that game for 40 hours. Let me tell you, at no point in time was I ever like, oh, spooky. Do not know why people told me that, and I'm going to dunk on everybody who told me that Subnautica is a horror game to the end of my days. So Subnautica is 100% a horror game. Time to dunk on you. As somebody that played through the entire damn thing without knowing anything about it, no less, it is not. And you have a very weird definition of a horror game. And a shameful definition of a horror game, really. You ask for atmosphere and then you dunk on the game with some of the best horror atmosphere. No, it didn't. Since when is a bunch of like lovely sea life considered to be a horror game? Come on now. Yeah. Oh man, I was real scared when I went and picked up a whole bunch of mushrooms or something like that right at the very start of the game, as everybody does. Ah! Hit me anyway. Well, at least this has good... Hey, Barrel, as always, has good... Not what I wanted. Barrel, as always, has good rally, if nothing else. Big burst damage. Big boy, big burst damage. You never go in Dead River? That was Gas River, right? That was a Gas River with the Ghost Leviathan in it. Fish are not scary. I'm not... Who's scared of a fish? They don't even have hands. The best you're going to get is the walking fish, which has legs. Not the same thing. How is a fish supposed to be scary without any sort of hands? Yeah, but Dead River was that was the one with that was like Gas River, right? Led down into the volcanic area. What is that one called? The inactive? I looked up the name of everything after I'd already played the game. It was like the inactive volcanic area. I wanted to see if there was anything else that I was missing on the map before I launched off into the stratosphere. Which there was. But I was just like, I'm not going to go to like the secret areas. That's going to take too long. Plus, I'd already been playing the game for 40 hours at that point in time. I was ready to finish it up. A lot of grindiness in that game, ultimately. Resources came slowly quite often. What about Soma? I don't want to play existential horror. That one will actually scare me, but not in a fun way. In a sad way. Yep. There we go. And one more, right there. Have you never seen the Goblin Shark? Tell me. What's the Goblin Shark? As if I don't know what you're going to say right now. I just hit him already. Stop not hitting them and hit them. Okay, okay. If handfish was a thing you would be afraid, yeah. Do you know of any games with handfish? Tell me about it. Because I won't play those games then. That would be a pretty scary fish. Splatoon. What? Isn't that mostly just like not fish? That's those are squids. Squids are not fish. Cephalopods are entirely different from whatever the name is of those guys. And I will not hear anything else on the subject. Huh. This is a Goblin Shark. I'm not gonna click on a link. I'm playing a video game. Man, at least I got good stats this time. The only problem is that, you know, Cursed Chest. Cursed Chest Chan might end up killing me. As the Cursed Chest tends to. Okay, just saying if Subnautica have them. Yeah, but they don't. Subnautica does not have that. I can guarantee you. Are we good? I think we're good. Subnautica does not have any sort of handfish. I played through the entire thing. They did not appear even once. Maybe I would consider that slightly more of a horror game if they did, but only slightly. Actually taking it's not a horror game. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people that you're scared of fish? They're fish. Really? It's like, who's scared of fish? Ooh. Whoa, what's this notice's bulge? Okay. Are you interested in playing Pokemon Nuzlocke? I have not played. If I was going to play a Pokemon game, I would probably just end up playing a regular Pokemon game in just, you know, the traditional style. Because I have not played a Pokemon game since Pokemon Red on the Game Boy. So there is a lot to be learned about the newer Pokemon series that I have, you know, only cursory knowledge of and absolutely no experience. I think it would be something. But the creature from Amnesia has hands. They're like, aren't they like just like giant claws more or less? But they're hands. You know how that is. The scariest monster of all was us the entire time. It's true. It's true. Man is the most frightening beast. That's why it's man's inhumanity to man, not beast's impubesity to beast. Not the Switch versions? I don't have a Switch. I mean, I'm definitely afraid of you. I have hands. I look like we've gone over this before. I look like the bird with arms picture, as you know. It is a known thing that I am in fact some kind of like horrifying behanded bird. That's how I play video games. How else would birds play video games? It doesn't even make any sense. The thing you just said doesn't make any sense. We good? I think we're good. Okay. Oh, it was just the twerking section. Oh yeah, I also have a huge actual human ass. I basically look like a robin, except with hands and a gigantic human ass. Like enormous. Like way larger than an actual human. Anyway, he's just gonna play Metro 2033 and not the rest of the trilogy. I mean, the Metro 2033 was the commissioned one. That was like the commissioned piece. If other people want to throw on the other Metro games, I enjoyed the first one. By the way, I am done with it right now. I finished it. I just got to go render it and get it up on the channel because I had a good enough time with that game that I ended up playing it in 3 sessions. And the second session had to end specifically because my computer crashed. That's gonna, by the way, spoiler, oh my god, kill them right now. Metro episode 2 ends with my computer crashing. Thank god I didn't lose the footage. But still. Hey, 2010 games, you know how that goes. That said, you know, of course, I do like a big variety of different games, but I'm not going to turn it down if I happen to get it. If people happen to want to see that one. It's got the no hit on the queen, day and 5 Vassal. Hey, nice! I mean, did you do it a little bit more fair than what I did? Or did you happen to go for just the big boy, big damage, fuck everything else? Egg. Because, hey, that's a strategy. Can't say it's not. Take that. Starting to slowly, ever so gradually work my way back up and having full health. It's been a difficult time. But nothing in life worth doing is easy. Metro Last Light is a great extension of 2033. Exodus was kind of a letdown. Exodus was the one where, that was the one with Boy, right? That was the one where we had Small Child introduced. I suppose that's kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it's good to hear at least Last Light was quite good. It seemed like it was sort of a, at least judging by what they were saying in like the difficulty modes and everything, it seemed like it was a pretty big jump up in gameplay, so... hey, if you wanna make me play it, like I said, I'd be down. But then again, there are a lot of games if you want to make me play more series. Like, we're still looking at Darksiders too. Remember Darksiders? Like, people were telling me all about how much better the second game was than the first. And I like that game. It's a big dumb comic book game. What's not to like about it? But at the same time, I'll have to see what people want to see. Because it could also just be something completely different and wild and out there. I would not hate playing an old game yet again, like a Flashback, for example. I think that was maybe not the favorite game that I played, but definitely one of the more interesting ones that people happen to want me to see. You go start like throwing on old Amiga titles and stuff like that. I think that would be fun for content here. Especially because there's plenty of people that I'm sure probably played those games back in the day but never happened to finish them. And, you know, it would be years and years before LPs were a thing. Hardly even think about it until you got the opportunity now to actually see somebody do a full playthrough of it far into the future. But then again, it's like I said, I'll do whatever. I'll just do whatever, as long as it's not a JRPG. Because, you know, JRPGs have a time limit, limited supply. You gotta wait until March 31st. That's when the next one is going. Glad you like Flashback. I think, once again, as we were saying in the actual series, I think Flashback would have been so much better if they introduced the teleporter earlier on. That is such a good mechanic, and something that you would actually be hard-pressed to find in a lot of other games, even at the time. But it took a really long time to actually appear. It was something that yeah, you know, like puzzle-wise and everything, I think it was really cool. I mean, even the second guy, who was definitely not nearly as into the game as I was, definitely was more into it when they introduced that entire thing. Okay, now that I got the face flask, I just end up using Vengeance. Fairly one old game that I was doing, 1999, odd gameplay combination. That sounds like a 1999 game. We'll see. Once again. She didn't pull the Matrix trick on you? Oh, what, for which one? Oh, die to the legendary multiple Nox bow in 10 seconds if you call that fair. Hey, multi-hit weapons. That was the entire thing, if you're wondering why I got so much damage in that Maw of the Void. It's not called Maw of the Void. The Maw of the Deep Run. It's the fact that, you know, I might have been hitting boss cap with a regular attack, but throwing down 10 bombs at the same time means a lot of extra damage that will surpass the boss cap very trivially when you're using stuff like the explosive decoy. It's one of the big, most powerful things with the explosive decoy. Many bombs. It's more or less like the old school version of the. More or less like the old school version of the cluster grenade in that way, just with a very long cooldown, which is why it's usually not something you want to take, but a legendary version of that. You don't need to have multiple hits with it. A singular hit will be enough will suffice to take down just about anything, including bosses, clearly. Multi-Nox bow, triple hit, same sort of concept applies, no question at all. Ah, yeah. Just like Mystic Towers. I don't even know what that is. No. Ah, screw you. Get out of here. Try not to die already. You're not making this easy. Oh, you're actually still alive. Not making this easy for me. Okay, as much as I don't want to go for another cursed chest, that's going to happen here, isn't it? We'll see. Use lightning rods a whole run. I swear that weapon is secret S tier. It's really good. It's really good. I even when I was first using that weapon for the, like the test out showcasey type of thing, I think it really did make a name for itself with just the range on it alone. It's incredibly useful and easy to take out most enemies at all. Thing is, it's much more concentrated than the cluster grenade now. Is it? Even more so. I mean, well, yeah. The cluster grenade now, though, it's true. It is a different beast that is not nearly as good, and that's sort of an issue with trying to really use it compared to stuff. Cluster grenade back in the day, you could finish an entire run just by itself. it was amazing. Cluster grenade now, not so much. Too clustered. And any sort of like good synergies with it would, of course, take up an entire slot to try and get a single weapon working. Which, once again, as much as I still keep this sort of bad mouth in the revamp of, really now, as much as I keep revamping the revamp of the face flask, it does in fact work pretty good for a lot of stuff you're gonna end up doing. Just because, Vengeance is already a very good mutation just by itself. There's 60. That's good. I'm still like, the worry here, of course, is that I'm not gonna have enough enemies to kill for the cursed chest at this rate. Because I'm kind of clear-cutting my way through these things in a good way, but also a bad way. Ugh. Now, we'll see. What is Mystic Towers? I'm curious. In fact, you know what? I'm also going to take this real quick. If I need to get the potion charge, I can take the potion charge. I just don't want bad enemies to spawn in here when I'm trying to deal with some dangerous fellows. I just don't want dangerous fellows to spawn in here while I'm trying to get rid of curses, is what I'm trying to say. There we go. Took a second. Man, incentivized areas, that still has just upped the gameplay that much, just trying to prioritize this so much now. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Oh, Crusher! Crusher, you say? I am actually going to take Crusher. That is one, a good item against the next boss. Two, a good item in general. Okay. Shouldn't have too many enemies spawning to me right now, but I'm still a little bit frightened. Still a little bit frightened that I'm going to get hit by a blowgunner, so that's going to be the thing to look out for more than anything else. Okay, lower room. Not what I'm looking for. Oh, I should be able to find some area around here where I can kill a few enemies, mostly trivially. Blowgunners, though, still, I'm not a fan. Ooh, that might be a problem. Yeah, you're giving me. Oh, that was actually enough to kill the guy. That works. That works. And one more there. Okay. Hey, a lot of extra healing too on top of all the other wacky loot that I managed to get. I actually should have just kept the one that I had. Whatever, it's fine. And look, it's good for a legendary item if I happen to find one around here. And then I would also, if I could, like to grab the chancla. I've been using the base level version of it, and that's going to be an important strategy in the next area. Okay, put down lightning rod right before you use the portal to teleport. Essentially clears enemies between the two portals. Yeah, yeah. As long as you have like even halfway decent stats. It doesn't even have to be very good stats. It just has to be okay stats. The damage over time is still quite powerful in Dead Cells. It's a good strategy, just period. What's the strat with this build? Stun the locking bosses with the chancla. And then I also just have the barrel launcher for, you know, barrel launcher reasons. It's a good weapon. Does good damage. Good rally. Big burst hit. A little bit dangerous to use if enemies do constant hits like a shocker or something, but for the most part it's pretty safe. Fast. Ranged. You know. Ranged weapons, of course, entirely when you're using a brutality build are just good. Don't really need to say too much related to that. And it's just like, you know, look to have a good run here and try and cheese out some bosses with the chancla. Observe. And that's the sort of strategy that I'm employing right now, more or less. Okay, more healing, more healing. More healing better. Bah. Bah. Bruh. Bruh. Okay. Try not to get killed by a zombie again. God, the one time I got killed by that zombie in the Maw of the Void, Maw of the Deep run was still so embarrassing. Like, come on. Like, bruh, that was big bruh moment. That was me begin my bruhs per minute up yet again. I just, you know, hesitation, but also inattention is defeat. There's many forms of defeat that you can get right now, and they're all on display just by me. Never thought much of the sandals until I saw V's video about them. Oh, I didn't even see V's video. I was watching a different streamer do it. Named Reu Guegui, who is the exact sort of streamer that you would expect I watch. Had a really easy time with the Mama Tick fight, and I'm like, man, there's an achievement for kicking the queen off the. There's an achievement for kicking the queen off the edge as a kill. So why not try that one out here? You know? Well, let's see how this one works. I'm hoping for the best. I'm expecting the worst. You know how that goes. Okay. Oh, yeah. What do we got here, too? Got full health and everything. It's looking good. It's looking nice and saucy. Might end up taking this as just a secondary type of thing. Shields are good. It's never really a bad option to try and take one of those. And then here, let's start up like an actual YouTube video type of thing so that I can explain the basics of kind of what's going on. Come on. My God, the stats are absurd. Yeah, that's what also makes it really nice. I got, what, two different... I got a Cursed Chest in the first area. I got a Challenge Rift in the first area. Challenge Rift in the second area. And, of course, I am just going for I also did the stat, what do you call it? Stat stacking. That's what I'm just going to call it. No more kissing, Chad. Okay, here we go. There we go. There's a kiss. I love you, Chad. Okay. Starting this one up in 5, 4, 3, 2. Not a traditional showcase today, but something of a return to a showcase never finished previously. Doing the Dead Cells Chancla, the old Spartan sandals, because I didn't realize that you could really cheese out a lot of the bosses with this. And there is also, in particular, an achievement for beating the queen with the with kicking her off the edge. So with the just sheer amount of stats that I've gotten for this run, as well as the Yeah? Not quite. Okay, no. I'm getting better at sidestepping these, but not as well as I want to, clearly. Whatever. Look, the Spartan sandals should work out well for this, is what I'm trying to say. Then as long as you can actually avoid the claws, take a look at that, man. Good stats means that Mama Tick will barely ever be able to attack you. Okay, I swear I was doing the sidestepping better earlier. You all saw that. Ugh, fine. Just look at it go. Knocked out of attacks. And this is what I'm planning for the Queen. With something like the, with something like using the Crusher at the same time for the slow, I shouldn't have any trouble actually hitting her. And then kicking her off the edge should deal a lot of damage as well. Stun locking the Guardians. There's a lot of good strategies here to be had if I can make it work. We'll see how this actually happens, though, because I could just die in the next area to a curse, as tradition dictates. Man, still, though, half my health, a full potion charge, just because I got hit 5 times from the stabby phase. Cool stuff. Ugh. Really should just not even bother with the fractured shrines, but yo, the promise of getting a... You know what? I'm not going to. I'm not going to. It's too scary. I'm frightened. I just want to go for a nice, easy run. I don't want to lose this one this time. Well, you've seen the fractured shrines. I've been going through the fractured shrines an awful lot as of recent. Pro gamer choice. The sensible gamer choice. The reasonable gamer choice. But yeah, the plan here is that Chancla mostly used for fighting big enemies, whether it's elites, whether it's bosses. Got a good ranged weapon, my favorite, the old-fashioned barrel launcher for just about everything else. And here now. Okay, you know what? You just deal with that for a second. Buy a barrel. Where'd it go? Did it just disappear? What was that? Anyway. Not to say that there's anything that will prevent other, you know, cursed chests from appearing in other areas. I mean, hey, that's bonus stats, but not really the intended, not really the intended sort of route that I want to be taking. Minimal curses. I'm so sick of curses. I'm so sick of dying to curses. You understand? It's 90% of the deaths that I have these days. Other 10% is bosses, really. Or dying stupidly in the first area due to overconfidence. Which is, I want to say, not an unusual thing for anybody that plays Dead Cells, right? Already up to 20. Should be able to hit like 35 plus stats here. I mean, look, if I'm trying to use the sandals, I don't want to take a lot of... Okay. I don't want to take a lot of legendary items anyway. That's just that might end up killing the Queen before I'm able to kick her off the edge, which is sort of the plan right now. You know, stun locking and everything, because I'm sure she's still going to try and use the attack where she jumps up and starts doing all the slashes. That's going to be something a little bit difficult to hit with the sandals. And that's why I want to be at least somewhat more cautious. I mean, aside from that, there's not really too much else that I need technically from the Queen. I've actually gotten every one of the blueprints and everything right now, including the perfected one with the Maw of the Deep. So it's mostly just for funzos here. Doesn't need to be a super hardcore run, just a nice and simple one. Nice and simple, easy one, because again, it's been like 5 days. I've been working on other series, blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes. Every single time I do a stream these days, I have to be like, yeah, I'm working on other stuff. Sorry we haven't been doing as much Dead Cells. I know there's still like 10 more weapons in the current thing. It's just, I don't know, Metro's been fun. It's been a fun game. I've been enjoying it. Okay. Also so close to finally finishing up the list here, so that we can move on to more list so that I can add more games to the list. Come on. I feel like everybody's really into the whole force me to play a game thing. I think it's fun. I think people are getting excited about it every time that I threaten the fact that I'm going to be opening it up again. I don't know. It's worth checking out. It's worth trying to work my way through. Okay, 60 kills. A little bit frightening with this guy here. I'm also just really not a fan of shielding guys in general. But hey, with this sort of stats, barrel launcher should be able to one-shot just about anything that I'm looking for. Looking to one-shot with it. We'll see. Okay. Keys, 60 kills, got hit, but the 60 kills means that 60 kills and also that piece of food means that I'm already pretty much back at full health, full potion charges, virtually no malaise. No, this is looking great. Absolutely fantastic on every single front. I feel like I'm going to at least get a successful run, a largely successful run, but I don't know if there's going to be too much past that point. I'm going to get the stats, though. I'm really low on health. Stacking all of the stats to be, of one color does kind of deal a little bit of a toll on your HP. And not having anything else unlocked for melee weapons means that I don't really have too much choice for some of the secondary type of things that I'd like to be taking. I'm talking the getting affixes for healing. So keeping that simple, probably a good strategy. Even if I am going for wacky custom mode stuff, I should at least keep a few more of the melee weapons open. This is technically not supposed to be a showcase, hence why I'm not really using the Spartan sandals all that much, but still does work by a lot of the same kind of rules. Don't really need any more barrel launchers. Not going to be of the right stat anyway. So money. Hey, it'll make up for some of the stuff that I'm losing by not going into the fractured shrines. Oh, have you considered doing ASMR? I have done ASMR. I have a bad stream recorded right now called ASM Risk of Rain, where I played Risk of Rain 2 with ASMR. I don't know if there's too much that people would be interested in vis-a-vis watching that. Have I missed that? I think that was back in 2020 specifically. I still have the stream though. I have an entire stream folder full of bad streams where I keep a lot of this stuff. Currently, the entirety of Pyre went in there. Okay, that was not a bad stream, but I'm still not going to be putting it up on YouTube. We don't need to hear about the various new goblin lore that has been created in the second part of that. Oh, yeah, we'll do a watch along of the old unlisted videos at some point in time on the channel. That'll be a fun one though. Just go get like a beer and then sit down and just be like, hey, let's watch old crappy stuff that I did. I got an entire playlist full of bad streams from back in the day where I was doing it in person with the second guy, and what happened was we were recording in the same room, but I talk like 10 times louder than him. So okay, that works. So the entirety of all of the audio mixing was just god awful. Sounded terrible. Fun stuff. There are a few of those shameful type of videos that exist on the channel. Go watch the original playthrough of One Shot, for example. Having a nice fun movie night type of deal going on. Anyway, hey, Risk of Rain 2 is going to have a DLC soon enough. I don't know how interested I am in that. I do like that game. That was scary. I do like that game, but at the same time, with like beating Rex on Monsoon and everything, how much more am I really going to do with it? I've sort of covered everything that I wanted to do with that game at this point in time. Sure, I can go back and do some of the melee dudes and everything like that, but I don't know. Once again, how important, really? Ah, I see. I'm sort of frustrated with some of the characters that happen to be coming out of the woodwork to hit me here. Well, whatever. I got full potion charges. This is the point in time to use them, right? I don't have any sort of healing affixes on stuff, so potion charges is going to be 90% of what I'm going to be planning to use for the sake of healing. Can only hope. Well, really, mostly just the. I'm not using legendary items anyway. Whatever. I guess I'm mostly just going to be hoping for. God, I don't know. That the Guardian fight goes well, because that's the one I'm mostly worried about more than the Queen even. Queen, even having the health buffed up, went down pretty quickly last time, so I don't know. It should be okay. That's the way I'm looking at it. Yoink. Too bad there's no other food shops that are gonna be coming up here. What run is this? I mean, it's sort of a casual run, but the plan here is try to get the achievement where you kick the Queen off the side of the platform. On 5-cell mode, because I'm a hardcore gamer, as you know. Hence the chancla that I currently have equipped. It is also good at just it's also good at cheesing out boss fights in general. So sort of the strategy that I'm employing right now. You have to kill her with fall damage. Yep, that's the plan at least right now. Well, with stuff like the Crusher, hopefully it'll be easy to get her in a good position. And with, you know, of course, the amount of stats that I've gotten, trying not to accidentally hit her with secondary items and everything, also going to be somewhat important. Oh, wasn't actually anything there. I don't know why I thought I saw something. Stats are wacky, though. I'm not even in the last area. I'm almost at 30. And as we all know, a good amount of stats can cover up a lot of sins. And that's the exact sort of strategy I'm employing right here. Even... I mean, the fall damage alone should also do good damage. She's fallen off the edge accidentally without me even trying, so there is something to be said about that. One more trick: if you fall off the edge when she freezes and come back. If you fall off the edge when she's there, she freezes for a bit and you come back. Happened to me, but use your own risk. I don't know if I want. Oh man, strategy of trying to like take damage to get into a better position. Probably a little bit too risky for my blood. Might work though, if I'm real desperate. Still though, fall damage is still gonna do quite a bit to me on 5-cell mode, as always. Seems like a questionable idea even in the best of times. Okay, well, that should be pretty much everything then, right? Pyrotechnics, a fun weapon, also, you know, good ranged brutality, but barrel launcher's working out totally okay. Wait, does Masochist actually work with fall damage? I thought fall damage was even like a different type of damage than traps. That like fall damage is a damage that is unique to itself. I don't know. I have no idea either. Certainly I've been surprised by stuff like that before though. Well, let's see how well I can cheese this side of fight out. Timekeeper much faster than somebody like Mama Tick. But if stun locking is stun locking. And there's good strategies that can come about through that regardless. Really, I just hope I don't get hit too much. I don't want to use too many potion charges because I'm fully expecting to use those for the Guardian fight. This is... Oh, the slowdown and everything should work out okay. Getting a colorless Crusher is amazing. Not quite like getting a Wolf Trap, but it could actually work a little bit better because it's just slowdown rather than... Just slowdown rather than, you know... Right, she's got the teleport. That's maybe the more important thing than... Yeah, the teleport here may be more important than the fact that she moves quickly. It's true. Still, though, damage is pretty bussin'. Okay. Kind of wait for her to come to me. Ah! Fah. Well, not ideal, but pretty well done. Pretty well done. Oh, I tell you, followers only chat is the Twitch equivalent of disable ad blocker to access this website. It should not be on followers only. You should be totally cool to get in here, regardless of whatever. Because I do not care about keeping people out. Frankly, I don't even have mods on here 99% of the time. So, I kind of trust you guys, mostly. Masochist stops lava damage, but not fall damage. Oh, okay. Good to know, I suppose. Frankly, I'm not at the point where I need barriers to people being able to watch my content. I'd like to just turn off ads entirely on Twitch, but that is just not a thing you can do, seemingly. Eh. Do we working like that, though? All right. Get out of here, baby. I think that this will work out okay. No mods why I can talk about dildo goblins and twerk all day long. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I trust you all. I trust you all to behave. When you're in my house. Hey, there's the perfect queen outfit. Good to see. Haven't gotten a look at that one just yet. Oh, the barrel launcher actually... Yeah, I guess due to the fact that it is sort of... It can also be turned against you. I suppose it also works in a way where it will destroy those platforms, which is maybe something to consider in some of the areas around here. I was hoping I could take him out quickly. Didn't quite happen. Good, good, and good. I have good stats. I don't have that good of stats. They're good stats, though. All right, now I'm just mostly hoping for a lot of... Oh, you know, it could also be worth taking... Ending up taking the... Oh, vampirism at some point in time, too. This trust of yours will be your downfall. It's true. Silence told me that trust is for fools. And as we all know, he was the protagonist of Horizon Zero Dawn. He's my favorite character in that game, if nothing else. I'm still curious as to what exactly Forbidden West is going to be. I don't know. I don't know if I have any interest in actually playing it because, you know, I'm not super into... Not super into, like, AAA game type of scene. What the hell is the plot going to be? That's the real thing. Asking the big questions here. Or you can jump to the edge and grappling hook to the queen to make it easier? Jump to the... Really? Yeah, I can see that. Because, yeah, the grappling hook does work on walls. At least if I remember that correctly. Or maybe I'm thinking of the... Oof. Let's keep this one. Let's keep a little bit safe here. Or maybe I'm thinking of the tentacle? Tentacle would be another interesting strategy to employ here, but pulling you towards things is not quite the same thing as forcing enemies away. No, I think for pushing stuff, you're not going to do too much better than the Spartan sandals, right? And stun locking would be very helpful for the queen. She's got a lot of very difficult moves that are hard to dodge if you're not cheesing her out in one way or another. It's one of those things where I want to, at some point in time, just do an hour of fighting the queen. Because as of this point in time, I've just been doing an awful lot of... very big stat runs that kills her before she's even able to do much of anything. Sort of cheesy, but, you know, whatever works. Whatever works. Ooh, that was maybe a little bit risky. Just a little bit, though. I think I would have been okay. Oh, what's the goal of this run? We're going to try and kill the queen with fall damage. That's the chancla. Aside from that, though, it is largely just a kind of casual run. Good stats. Good damage. It's overall pretty nice. Pretty saucy sort of run. Still, though, also a little bit dangerous in how I've been playing it. No healing affix means that I don't quite have the exact survivability that I have had before. Or vampirism. Vampirism would also be pretty useful. Boss rush stream would be cool. You got to use the DPS you get. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what are you gonna get rid of it just to make it a fair fight? This is the sort of game that you have to restart the entire thing of whenever you die. I think cheese tactics are an important part of the roguelite genre, you know? The idea that everybody likes a good break and run. Everybody likes the good big stats, just absolute clowning on all of the enemies. Whenever you get a run like that, you know you're doing good. And I think that is not something that you're going to see a lot in Dead Cells. Dead Cells, needless to say, does not scale out of control in the same way that like a Binding of Isaac does, but you can get pretty close with some builds. Only so close, but pretty close. Okay. And if you didn't suck, you wouldn't be restarting all the time. That's because of the curses. Look, you can go. Look, if you people are watching this on YouTube at home, you can go back and watch a stream. I died to curses. I wasn't restarting to try and like get good starting areas. Could also just choose not to go to the cursed chest areas all the time. That might be another contributing factor to why I tend to die a lot. But the stats are good though, and colorless items are cool. Tell me you wouldn't do the same thing. Sure, would I survive a lot more if I just didn't take curses? Does the one extra stat when you have 35,000 make that much of a difference? No. But still. Yep. Not gonna help here. Man, everything there is just getting rid of all of these platforms. A frightening sort of situation. Good. Good. All right. 60 kills. Not that that really matters in this area, unfortunately. Kind of surprised that there isn't that, because even in like the 5-cell super area, you are able to get 60 kill doors working out well for you. Okay. Well, this is not ideal. Pretty good though. Doing pretty all right. Yep. Still though, I would like some proper healing rather than you know, going this all with just potion charges alone. That's what it takes though. That's what it takes. Potion charges are there for good reason. They're to heal you so that you don't die. Extremely limited in any one of these runs, but they are going to save you in a pinch. That said, I'm not doing bad enough yet that I feel like I need to pull out the potion charge. Soon, though, very soon, we are going to meet the Lord. Oh, Catholic, remember? Okay, anything else I want to... there's one more stat at least. There's 2 more stats. God, this area is so gigantic. I tell you. Every single time. Did I miss anything? I died a bunch of times. Should have 100 kill door. It's so big. True. That would actually not even be entirely unreasonable. Okay, do that. Watch out for fellows that want to throw large anchors at me. And we're good. Give me this and let me get out of here. Wholesome Christian streamer. A wholesome 100. It's true. Expect nothing less from the Doc Firebird experience. Please ignore how much I was dunking on the Pope in the Ruiner stream. And I'll do it again. I have no remorse. 30, 60, 90. Okay, yeah, that would actually make a little bit more sense, you know, with the whole... But at the same time, 100. Don't you want it to be the wholesome 100 type of thing? 34 stats. Of course, like 34 stats is not all that unusual if I ended up using a... legendary weapon. But I wasn't really planning. I don't think I'm going to have the legendary weapon that I would require for sort of build I want to do here is the thing. Okay. Wholesome Christian streamer. I mean, I can be wholesome. I love you, chat. There! Wholesome. Only the most wholesome content from the Dr. Inferno Firebird experience. I should go see what's in that shop. I don't really want to, but, you know, that's my stream. Exactly. Tell me. Look, if you want it to be wholesome, start me off here. What do you want? What do you want? What's the wholesome content that you're currently looking for in your life? And I will do my best to provide in whatever way that I can as a streamer and your fake internet dad. Whatever you want. This is the problem. What's the problem? Hey, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to, you know. I might as well, right? See, it is kind of an upgrader. Neopets stream? I've never played Neopets before. I don't actually know anything about it. I'm sorry. I failed you as your dad and a streamer. Is that wholesome, though? Isn't that like some sort of weird economic, like, training simulator or something? Like, that was intended to teach kids about economics or something like that. Whatever I want. How's this Cursed Sword runs going? Going just fine. It should be out tomorrow. Yep. Look forward to it. Oh, man. I'm going to end up using... how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I guess I can get rid of combo. I don't really need that at this point in time. Although I'll take disengagement. I won't take... I think I'm okay for damage, so I'm going to take recovery. Maybe try to get a lucky barrel shot on there. And then I'm going to take gastronomy, because you do get food in this upcoming area, so maybe this will work. Yeah, 60 kills twice. Yeah, that place is gigantic. It's so absurd. Well, let's see how this one works out. Who knows? Tomorrow in the year 2043. I mean, I did a Cursed Sword run. You can just go back and look at the Damned showcase run. Worked out pretty okay, if you were to ask me. Pretty much as those who want degeneracy take up a majority of Twitch chat. Oh yeah, I know, including myself. What do you think? I don't like the degeneracy. I love the degeneracy. I'm a big fan. Once again, really gotta just stop trying to fight these characters in a way where I am also trying to outrun an awful lot of fire. You know. You're part of them too? Do you really not think of me as basically an ascended like a chat member? I would. Okay. All right. Yeah, the barrel launcher probably would be doing extra damage right now. Our dad is a degenerate? Well, how do you think you become a dad? All right, this is not going to be able to kill enemies as easily as I was hoping for, unfortunately. Yep, that's working out okay though. The queen though is the real strategery that I'm looking for right now, as you know. Don't you try and shoot those barrels, you turpy. I'm paying attention to you right now. Well, once again, no perfect fight, but I can hardly expect that with this sort of, this fight in particular. Especially on 5-cell mode. Most dads have had sex. It's true. You might have had, you know, what's the... Yeah, that's probably a little bit better. Well, actually, you know what? I might just be able to kick characters off the edge here, too. If they hang around long enough. Somehow that doesn't seem likely to happen. Come on, you turpy. Almost there. That's one done. The still barrel launcher probably a little bit more effective in terms of strategy right now. Although I could probably get her. Yeah. Oh, well, rather I don't get hit trying to do that. Okay. While funny, I don't know if this is like a super good strategy or anything. Come on now. Remember, you just want to jump. Okay, fine then. I guess I'm gonna end up using another potion charge at this point in time. Yeah, you could do what is it? The fertilization in the thing, whatever it's called. You could also reproduce by polyps. I don't know. I don't know you and like how you do your thing. And see, this is the degeneracy that Twitch chat wants. Not what I want. No, of course not. I'm a very wholesome Christian streamer. I just only parrot what the chat says because, you know, they are my chat. I gotta pay attention to them. They're basically my children. They're basically, literally my children. Ah. Pointless, but did it anyway. Hey, don't kick away my walls. I need those. For the sake of walls. Wait. That'll work. That'll do, baby. That'll do. Kurt. At least I managed to get it this time. Oh. Well, at least I got the rally. I guess I'll take that as a win. Roll through that, because boy, I'm not a fan. Oh my god. Well, the rally's still good. Barrel launcher, though, is clearly the more optimal choice in a lot of ways. Well, there's two of them down immediately. So you know what? I'm going to say that was, okay. Well, one left. There. My god. Not an honorable duel. Oh, whatever. I'll take that as well. In addition to everything else. Honorable duel. It was 3v1. What sort of honorable duel we were talking about? Total 13,000 plus damage. That's some good stuff. Well, I'm not gonna lie here. It ain't looking too hot for my chances of success. I think I can maybe manage it though. Oh, at least I got the thing. The cool new outfit. Considering I should have gotten all of those at this point in time, really. Well, except for the perfect one, but you know. All right, how is this gonna work against the queen? With only one, with no potion charges left, it is frightening. The chat sex arc. Ah, yeah, that it's coming. Don't worry about it. And I do mean that in that way. I don't. Please, for the love of God, don't try. No, I don't like this at all. I mean, I might as well, because it's just like, what am I going to be healing here? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Take responsibility. No, you don't make, no, not responsibility. Not responsibility. Oh God, no. Take responsibility. What a phrase. Hey, Spicy Queen outfit. All right, let's see how this works out here. I gotta say, I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, the first thing she's gonna do is try, well, actually, first thing she's gonna try going right for me here. And then here's the point where I'm just like, whoop. Not as much damage as I was hoping, but eh. No, okay, no, get back over the other side, all right. Oh, that was the roll. Wrong roll. Okay. Okay. All right. You can roll these, I'm pretty sure. Try and get her right over here again. Oh, damn it. I keep confusing that with the other one. But hey, with recovery, yeah, that one. Huh. You know what? Here, Here's a dumb strat. I feel like I should just take the strategy of, yeah. Am I done? No, she's gonna bring me back. Yeah, that you die and come back. Yeah, with no potion charges there. That's sort of the thing I was thinking of. Don't throw me right off the edge. Oh no. Oh, right to it, eh? Ooh. Get that recovery in here. See, this is the whole thing where... Well, I'm kind of shocked that she was able to... See, this is the whole thing where... Come on now. Got it. I'm kind of surprised that I was able to get that one, all things considered. Okay. Take it down. Still, once again, hardly an honorable duel, but you take what you can, I suppose. Yeah. Huh. Almost there. Oh. Huh. Oh, come on. You gotta get kicked off the edge. Ah, damn it. Ah. Hey. Good damage, but still disappointing. I mean, it's just like, yeah, I won, but not in the way that I wanted to. Bah. Hey, it's still a win. A win is a win. Let's let's count it as that. Have a good time, you know. You won, but at what cost? Yeah, I didn't get the achievement. The point was to get the achievement. I kicked her off plenty of times, but it didn't do nearly as much damage as I was hoping it would. Seems like, you know, going in here at like 0-cell mode or something would be a lot better of a strategy. Also, taking the revive there too is kind of embarrassing. Once again, well, if I had an extra potion charge, I would have just used it there and been totally fine. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Ugh. This is Dead Cells or Smash Bros. Not entirely different now, is it? Hey, man, all I gotta do is just get the queen up to 100% health, and then I win, right? That's what I got. That's the strategy I got to employ next time. Oh, but that is pretty much it for the stream there. A good 2 hours. A win, but once again, it's not the win I wanted. You know the win I wanted. Ah. No cool achievements, but still. I guess it's okay. Guess I'll take it. I don't know. Whatever.